to know you're still there with us on Newsnight. Moving on, the World Health Organization says approximately 296 million people living with chronic hepatitis B in 2019, and that 1.5 million new infections are recorded each year. The global health body also disclosed that hepatitis B resulted in an estimated 820,000 deaths in 2019 yet again, mostly from cirrhosis and primary liver cancer, also known as hepatocellular carcinoma. Nigeria is one of the most affected countries, sadly. With an estimated population of over 200 million people, the country has a hepatitis B prevalence rate of 8.1% and hepatitis C of 1.1%, according to the 2018 Nigeria AIDS Indicator and Impact Survey report. The malignant nature of hepatitis may have informed the decision to set aside a day every year to raise awareness about the viral infection and share knowledge on how to hold its danger. Dr. Abdulrahman, Usman, infectious disease specialist, now joins us in the studio to speak more on the day. Doctor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
That was jaw-breaking.
Yeah.
You know, medical terms can be, I mean, they look, sometimes they have a very nice name, but what the implication of the name is what is dangerous and should be dealt with. Where are we as a nation on hepatitis B?
Yeah, where are we? I think we still have a lot to do about hepatitis B. I can tell you that even the whole world, the statistics show that only 10.5% of people are actually aware of their status regarding to hepatitis B, and only 19% of people are actually aware about their status. So bringing it down to Nigeria, you can see that maybe probably in Nigeria, maybe we can be talking about maybe 2 or 3% of people are actually sure of their status of hepatitis B. That's where we are. So we need awareness. We need to let people know that knowing your status is very key and very important. I could also tell you that the WHO, the global target is to see that the viral hepatitis is eliminated by 2030. How do you eliminate this viral hepatitis by 2030 if most people don't even know their status? So the World Hepatitis Day is actually created as a way to create awareness for people to know, tell people that you should be able to know your status, and to also educate people to know that, especially, we have hepatitis A, B, C, D, E, but the deadly one is the hepatitis B and C. And so this day is actually created for awareness, for people to know their status, and for people to also know that hepatitis B is preventable and is also treatable.
So how do you prevent hepatitis B?
Thank you very much. For us to discuss how to prevent it, you have to go back to how it's being transmitted.
So how is it transmitted?
Yeah.
And how is it?
Yes.
How can
So
we
if you
prevent
understand how it's transmitted, it's very easy to know how to prevent it. Especially hepatitis B and C, it's usually contacted through when you have contact with infected bodily fluids. For example, if you are transfused with blood that was not screened for hepatitis B and is already infected with hepatitis B, definitely the patient will have it. Then if you are also using sharing sharps or maybe personal, you are sharing personal thing, like toothbrush. If you are sharing toothbrush for somebody that is already infected, if there is any injury, you could also be affected. So the most important thing is that there is vaccine for hepatitis B, which we need to create awareness for. This hepatitis B can be prevented by one taking vaccine. So, and most people don't even know about it. Most people don't even know about it. And this vaccine is even available in most health facilities. I can tell you that for children, for example, hepatitis B vaccine is already part of the expanded program immunization, that is EPI in Nigeria schedule. So what it means is that if a baby is delivered today, supposed to have hepatitis B vaccine that very day, a month later, and 2 months later, and 6 months later, rather. So the children are being taken care of. But the point is, especially in the rural communities, people are not even aware. People are not even aware. And the dangerous thing about it is that if you contact hepatitis B while during the childhood, the probability is that it can progress to the chronic form in 95% of cases. You can see the burden. And this simple infection can be prevented by just getting this vaccine at birth 1 month later, and 2 months and 6 months later. Whereas in the adult, unfortunately, the vaccine is not readily available for adults for right now in Nigeria because it's not part of the immunization. So that is where we are also calling the attention of the government. Let them see how they can make this vaccine available for the adult people that are not vaccinated while during their childhood.
Is it generic?
Yes, it's generic. It's generic. We have various types. But the most important thing is that even right now, it's available in some facilities, but it's not free. Unlike the children that are free. But for adults, actually not free. And the cost depends on the locality and the facility. In some facility, you might need to pay like 5,000 for you to get the 3 doses, while some other facilities, you might need to even pay as much as 7,000 to get vaccinated. So we are calling the attention of government to make it readily available and accessible for the citizen of the country.
Okay, so what advice then do you have for people who are not yet aware of the status? And from what you said, it could mean millions of Nigerians living in denial.
Yes.
So how do we go from denial to acceptance, and then from denial to awareness, then from awareness to acceptance, and from acceptance to recovery?
Yes. In all of this, what is key there is education. You understand? You need to create awareness, advocacy, and sensitization. So, and this need to be followed up with screening. Because if people are aware and there's no access to go for screening, of course, they will still not know the status. Why it's very important for people to know their status is that early detection is also very key in the treatment of hepatitis B. If you wait for so long, it can damage the liver, and by the time you are coming to the hospital, it's either maybe it's already at stage 4 cancer. You understand? Or the patient is already having cirrhosis, which is very difficult to treat. So we must emphasize early detection and early treatment.
Thank you very much. Early detection, early treatment. Early detection, early treatment.
Thank you.
Dr. Abdulrahman Usman, infectious disease specialist, thank you very much indeed for joining us on News Night.